Have you ever tried to catch a butterfly? You see it, beautiful and vibrant, and you decide you must have it. You lunge for it, but it flits away. You start to chase it, running through the field, your arms swatting at the air. But the harder you chase, the more erratically it flies, always just inches beyond your grasp. Finally, exhausted and frustrated, you give up. Later, as you sit quietly in the grass, the very same butterfly of its own accord drifts down and gently lands on your shoulder. This is the story of most people's relationship with success. We have been taught to be hunters. We are a generation raised on the gospel of the hustle. We believe that success, wealth, and opportunity are things that must be chased down, pursued relentlessly, and captured through sheer force of will and effort. So we run, we make the extra call, we send the extra email, we work the extra hour, we chase the next client, the next promotion, the next dollar, with the desperate energy of a hunter. And yet so often, the prize seems to flit away, always just beyond our reach, leaving us exhausted, burnt out, and wondering what we are doing wrong. The paradox is that the very energy of your chase may be the thing that is pushing your success away. Napoleon Hill, in his deep study of the immutable laws of achievement, discovered a profound truth. The universe responds not to our effort, but to our energy. The energy of a hunter is the energy of lack. The act of chasing sends a powerful, subconscious signal to the world, and more importantly to yourself, that you do not have what you are pursuing. It is a declaration of absence. And this energy of neediness, of desperation, is repulsive, not attractive. Opportunities, like the butterfly, are skittish. They are repelled by the frantic energy of the chase. This is the hunter's paradox. The harder you work from a place of lack, the more lack you seem to create. But what is the alternative? The alternative is to stop being the hunter and to become the flower. The flower does not chase the butterfly. The flower does not run or strive or hustle. The flower's only job is to be. It focuses all its energy on becoming the most vibrant, nectar-filled, and authentic version of itself. And by simply being, it creates a magnetic field. The butterfly, the bee, the very agents of pollination and growth are irresistibly drawn to it without any effort from the flower itself. This shift in perspective, from the exhausting effort of chasing to the effortless power of attracting, is the secret to a magnetic mindset. And on this channel, we are dedicated to giving you the practical, step-by-step methods based on the timeless wisdom of Napoleon Hill to make this transformation. If you are tired of chasing and ready to learn the secret to becoming a magnet for success, then you have found the right place. I invite you to make the decision to become an attractor right now by subscribing to the channel and activating the notifications. Napoleon Hill discovered that the greatest titans of industry, the flowers of the human world who seem to attract wealth and opportunity effortlessly, were not passive. They were masters of a different kind of work, not the external work of the chase, but the internal work of cultivating their own magnetism. They understood that you do not attract what you want, you attract what you are. Their primary work was not on their business, but on themselves. They focused on developing a mindset so powerful, so aligned with their purpose, that the resources, people, and circumstances necessary for their success were naturally and inevitably drawn into their orbit. This is not a mystical, New Age idea. It is a deep psychological and spiritual law, and to understand it, we must first look at the greatest case study of attraction in history. A king who was given the choice to have anything he wanted, and whose choice made him the richest man in the world, not by chasing wealth, but by making himself a magnet for it. To understand how to transform from a hunter into a flower, we must study the ultimate blueprint for a magnetic mind. And that blueprint is found in the story of a young, newly crowned king, overwhelmed by the weight of his new responsibility. King Solomon. His story contains the single most important strategic decision a person can ever make in their pursuit of success. The narrative begins at a moment of immense potential and immense pressure. God appears to Solomon in a dream and makes him the most extraordinary offer in history, a cosmic blank check. The offer is simple. Ask for whatever you want me to give you. Let us pause and feel the magnitude of that offer. Imagine that proposition being made to you right now, in your current circumstances. Be honest, if you are operating from the hunter's mindset, the mindset of lack and chasing, what would your request be? The vast majority of us would ask for the effects. We would ask for the butterflies. Give me $10 million. Make my business a global success. Give me fame and influence. We would ask for the end result, the prize, the external reward. This is the logical request of a mind focused on what it does not have. But Solomon, in a moment of profound wisdom that would define his destiny, did not make the hunter's request. He made the flower's request. He ignored the effects entirely and focused with singular clarity on the cause. He did not ask for what he wanted to have. He asked for who he wanted to be. His answer to God was this: "Give your servant a discerning heart to govern your people and to distinguish between right and wrong." Let's analyze this choice. He did not ask for a full treasury. He asked for a wise mind. He did not ask for a powerful army. He asked for good judgment. He did not ask for a long life. He asked for the inner capacity to manage the life he already had. In our metaphor, he did not ask for the butterflies. He asked for the wisdom to become the most magnificent flower in the entire kingdom, confident that if he achieved that, the butterflies would have no other choice but to come. This choice reveals the fundamental law of attraction. God's response to Solomon is the key that unlocks the entire principle. The text tells us that the Lord was pleased that Solomon had asked for this, and he replied, "Since you have asked for this, and not for long life or wealth for yourself, nor have asked for the death of your enemies, but for discernment in administering justice, I will do what you have asked. Moreover, I will give you what you have not asked for, both wealth and honor." This was not a simple bonus prize for good behavior. This was a universal law in action. We can call it the Solomon principle. Focus all your energy on cultivating the cause, and the effects will be added unto you as a natural consequence. Wealth, honor, and success are effects. They are the butterflies. The cause, the flower, is a well-ordered, wise, and value-focused mind. The universe is a system of order. It is obligated by its very nature to bring resources to the place where they can be best managed and multiplied. By asking for wisdom, Solomon was committing himself to becoming the most orderly, competent, and value-creating center in his entire kingdom. He was turning himself into a powerful magnet, and wealth and honor, like iron filings, were irresistibly drawn to the pull of that magnet. He never had to chase them. They chased him. This is the blueprint. This is the secret to a magnetic mindset. It is the great inversion of effort. We spend our lives chasing the effects, the money, the clients, the recognition, and we exhaust ourselves. The Solomon principle teaches us to stop, to become still, and to turn all of that energy inward, focusing on one thing and one thing only, building the most valuable, wise, and orderly mind we possibly can, to become the best leader, the best creator, the best problem solver in our field, to become the flower. Solomon provides the divine blueprint for what a magnetic mind is. He proves the principle is true, but he received his wisdom as a divine gift. How can we, ordinary people, develop this same magnetic quality through a deliberate process? For that, we must turn to the man who took this ancient principle and reverse engineered it into a practical, step-by-step formula. We must turn to Napoleon Hill. The Solomon principle is the divine blueprint. It shows us what a magnetic mind is, a mind focused on cultivating the cause, wisdom, and value, rather than chasing the effects. But how do we, who may not receive a divine visitation in a dream, engineer this state of being for ourselves? For that, we turn to the scientist of success, Napoleon Hill. Hill did not see this principle as a one-time miracle, but as the consistent result of a specific, repeatable mental process. He gave us the science behind the magnetism. At the heart of Hill's discovery is one of the most powerful and mysterious parts of our being: the subconscious mind. Think of your subconscious mind as a powerful, silent broadcasting station. Every second of every day, it is sending a signal out into the universe. This signal is a complex blend of your deepest beliefs, your dominant emotions, and your habitual thoughts. This is your personal vibrational signature. The law of the universe, much like the law of radio, is that you can only attract the broadcasts that are in harmony with the frequency you are transmitting. Now, here is the secret that explains the hunter's paradox. When you are in a state of chasing, your conscious mind is consumed with thoughts of what you lack. I need that client. I don't have enough money. I wish I had that opportunity. These thoughts, charged with the emotions of anxiety and desperation, are received and accepted by your subconscious mind. Your broadcasting station then begins to transmit a powerful, clear signal of lack, and the universe, being a perfect mirror, responds by bringing you more circumstances that match that signal. More lack, more near misses, more reasons to feel desperate. Your chasing pushes success away because you are broadcasting on the frequency of its absence. The magnetic mindset is the result of deliberately changing the broadcast. It is the science of becoming the master DJ of your own subconscious station. And Napoleon Hill gave us the two primary tools to do this. The first tool is auto-suggestion. This is the control panel. It is the principle that you can, through conscious repetition, feed your subconscious mind any idea or plan you wish to broadcast. A simple wish is a weak, staticky signal. But a definite purpose, written down and repeated daily, becomes a clear, powerful signal that begins to overwrite the old broadcasts of lack. Auto-suggestion is the act of consciously choosing the song you want your subconscious to play. But a song without volume cannot be heard. This brings us to the second tool, the amplifier, applied faith. This is the power source for your broadcast. Hill was adamant that repeating words without emotion is useless. The subconscious mind is moved by feeling, not by logic. Applied faith is the act of generating within yourself the feeling of your wish already fulfilled. It is feeling the gratitude, the confidence, and the joy of possessing the thing you desire long before it appears in your physical reality. This emotion is the electric current that energizes your broadcast. When you repeat your definite purpose and feel the emotion of it already being true, you are sending out the most powerful magnetic signal possible. You are no longer broadcasting, "I want it." You are broadcasting, "I have it." This mechanism, using auto-suggestion to impress a definite purpose upon the subconscious mind and energizing it with applied faith, is the science behind the Solomon Principle. It is how you deliberately transform yourself from a hunter into a flower. You stop sending out signals of lack and begin broadcasting a powerful, coherent frequency of abundance and possession. This is the key to all of Napoleon Hill's work and the foundation of a life of attraction. If you are ready to learn how to consciously direct this power in your own life and become the master of your own mental broadcast, make sure you are subscribed and have your notifications turned on, as this is the core of the work we do here. When you master this internal process, your outward striving ceases. You stop the frantic chase because you understand that the real work is being done on the inside. You focus on keeping your broadcast clear and powerful, with the absolute certainty that whatever is in harmony with that signal must, by law, be drawn to you. So now we understand the science behind the magnetic mind. But how do we apply this in our daily lives? What are the specific practical disciplines we must follow to stop chasing and truly become the flower? Understanding the science of the magnetic mind is the first step, but knowledge without application is merely stored potential. The purpose of this chapter is to give you the practical daily disciplines that transform this knowledge into a lived reality. This is your manual for becoming the flower. It is a training regimen consisting of 3 core practices drawn directly from the philosophy of Napoleon Hill. Discipline 1. Magnetize your mind. This is the foundational internal work. It is the act of deliberately programming your subconscious broadcasting station every single day. You cannot leave this to chance. To do this, you will take your definite purpose, the clear written statement of your major goal, and treat it as your sacred text. The ritual is simple. Every morning upon waking and every night before sleeping, you will go to a quiet place. You will hold your statement of purpose. You will read it aloud, letting the vibration of your own voice declare your new reality. But the most crucial part comes after the reading. You will close your eyes and, for several minutes, you will practice applied faith. You will generate with all the intensity you can muster the feeling of your purpose already being a reality. Feel the gratitude, feel the confidence, feel the joy. See it in your mind's eye not as a future hope, but as a present fact. This daily practice is the act of magnetizing your mind. Each session is like sending a powerful, coherent radio wave into the universe, a broadcast of having that begins to overpower the old, staticky broadcast of lacking. This is you tending to the roots of the flower. Discipline 2. Become a center of value. A flower that has no nectar will not attract any butterflies, no matter how beautiful it is. Magnetism is not passive. It is the natural result of being valuable. Therefore, your second discipline is to shift your focus in the external world. This is the application of Napoleon Hill's principle of going the extra mile. This means you must stop asking, what can I get from this job, this client, this market? And start asking, how can I provide more value and better service than anyone else? The hunter's mindset is focused on extraction, taking value. The attractor's mindset is focused on contribution, creating value. In your daily work, your discipline is to consistently deliver more than what is expected of you. Do it not with the hope of an immediate reward, but with the intention of becoming the most valuable, most helpful, most indispensable person in your field. This practice creates what can be described as a value vacuum. When you put out so much positive, helpful energy and exceptional service, the laws of both business and the universe demand that this vacuum be filled. Money, opportunities, and loyalty are naturally and powerfully drawn to a center of immense value. You stop chasing clients. Clients start seeking you out. You become the flower with the richest nectar in the entire garden. Discipline. 3. Cultivate an attitude of receiving. You can magnetize your mind and become a center of value, but if you are not open to receiving, the blessings will have nowhere to land. Many of us are brilliant at giving but terrible at receiving, often due to subconscious feelings of unworthiness. The final discipline, therefore, is to cultivate an attitude of grateful reception. The tool for this is gratitude, but it is a specific kind of gratitude. Your practice is to spend a few minutes each day expressing gratitude not only for the good things you already have, but also for the good that is on its way to you. I am so grateful for the clients and opportunities that are flowing to me now. I am so grateful for the financial abundance that is manifesting in my life in perfect ways. This practice does two things. It keeps your subconscious mind focused on the frequency of abundance, reinforcing your magnetic broadcast. And it signals to the universe that you are a good steward, a grateful recipient who can be trusted with even greater blessings. It is the act of the flower turning its face to the sun, fully open and ready to receive the light that it knows it deserves. Magnetize your mind with your daily declarations of faith. Become a center of undeniable value by going the extra mile, and cultivate a state of grateful receiving. These three disciplines, practiced consistently, are the work of becoming the flower. And when they move from being a conscious practice to being your natural way of life, something incredible begins to happen. The entire dynamic of your reality begins to shift. We have come to the end of our training and to the beginning of your new life. We started with the exhausting paradox of the hunter. We learned the divine blueprint from Solomon. We decoded the science with Napoleon Hill, and we laid out the practical three-part manual for becoming the flower. The question that remains is, what is the ultimate result of this transformation? What does it truly feel like to live a magnetic life? The result is what can only be described as the great inversion. It is the moment when the entire dynamic of your life flips 180 degrees. You spend the first part of your journey, as we all do, chasing success. But when you master the disciplines of the magnetic mindset, a tipping point is reached. And on the other side of that point, you stop chasing success, because success starts chasing you. This is not a metaphor, it is the observable reality for those who live by these principles. The inversion manifests in tangible ways. Opportunities that you once would have fought tooth and nail for now seem to land in your lap. The phone rings with the exact proposal you were hoping for. The right client, the perfect business partner, the ideal mentor seems to just show up in your life, precisely when you need them. The resources required for the next stage of your purpose become available, often from unexpected sources. To the outside observer, this looks like incredible luck. They will say you were just in the right place at the right time, but you will know the truth. You will understand that this is not luck, it is resonance. It is the logical and inevitable consequence of the powerful, coherent signal you have been broadcasting from your inner world. You were not lucky, you were magnetic. The universe, in its infinite intelligence, is simply delivering the people, circumstances and resources that are in perfect vibrational harmony with the person you have become. The frantic, desperate energy of the hunter is gone. It is replaced by the calm, creative confidence of the gardener. You no longer wake up with the anxious question, how can I get what I need today? You wake up with the serene intention, how can I best tend to my garden today? You focus on your own growth, on providing your unique value to the world, with the quiet certainty that the butterflies will come. Because that is what butterflies do when they find a magnificent flower. The great inversion is the ultimate freedom. It is freedom from the anxiety of the chase. It is freedom from the fear of lack. It is the profound peace that comes from knowing that your primary work is not to manipulate the world outside, but to master the world within. When you take care of your inner world, your outer world takes care of itself. This is the life that is waiting for you. It is a life not of striving, but of flowing, not of pursuing, but of attracting, not of taking, but of receiving. This is the magnetic life we are dedicated to helping you create, one principle at a time. If you are committed to this path of becoming an attractor of all good things, make sure your subscription is active, as our journey together has only just begun. The choice is yours. You can pick up your net and spend the rest of your days as the exhausted hunter, chasing the fleeting butterflies of success. Or you can, starting today, put down the net. You can turn your focus inward, and you can begin the sacred, joyful work of becoming the flower.